Actors who went broke in the stupidest ways.
Johnny Depp was spending 300
Hey, it's the guy who ends all his sentences like this.
60 grand a year on wine bottles, while Nicolas Cage's bankruptcy included 9 Rolls Royces and his own private island. However, there are few actor bankruptcies stranger than Kim Basinger's, who thought it was smart to pay $20 million for an entire country town. Braselton, Georgia had only 2 shops and 500 local residents, one of which describing the town by stating breading chicken is about the most exciting thing we do around here, which made the reason for Kim's purchase even more stupid. She planned on turning the town into a Hollywood tourist attraction by building a major film and recording studio with the added bonus of a theme park, homes and shopping centers at a time when Braselton's economic conditions were so atrocious. Another local resident stated, "If we talk about the economy, everybody gets depressed." Given the real Hollywood was on the other side of the country, it's no surprise that the project failed, forcing Kim to resell the town for $4.3 million, locking in a $15.7 million loss and the alienation of her entire family who'd also bought into the project. The stress from the town's failure then caused Kim to pull out of a movie she was starring in, prompting the producers to successfully sue her for $8.9 million, which Kim couldn't pay.
You had to declare bankruptcy. You made everything and then lost everything.
Lost everything. Every single thing.
But at least Kim Basinger still had her freedom, as Wesley Snipes' bankruptcy was so brutal, it also
You said
put him
speed
in
this
prison.
up?
He'd
I'm
earned
about to
over
slow it
$50
down.
million from a range of different roles, although despite purchasing an Aston Martin Vanquish, as well as mansions in both Florida and New Jersey, Wesley refused to lodge a single tax return over a 7-year period, and was therefore ordered to pay the IRS $23.5 million. Wesley tried to wiggle his way out of paying by making the strange claim that he was a non-resident alien of the United States despite being born there.
He knew he had to pay the taxes. He was just trying to find ways to avoid them.
Although things got a whole lot weirder when Snipes declared he had no taxable US income, making the IRS Form 1040 absolutely the wrong form for me to file. He also claimed taxes withheld were stolen funds, whilst adding the IRS deceives people to terrorize, enslave, rape, or pillage taxpayers. Although confronting the IRS was a very stupid strategy, as Wesley was immediately charged with 6 counts of willfully failing to file federal income tax returns, for which he was given a federal prison sentence.
Wesley Snipes gets 3 years behind bars.
In 2018, 5 years after being released from prison, Wesley Snipes still
Bro, there's got to be a way to opt out of taxes, bro. Because I feel like I don't benefit from that shit, bro. Plus, our money's getting sent to like the dumbest shit anyway. I said what I said. Call me Yoshi.
had
I'm about to be on my Yoshi's Island World Tour
and would try to settle the $23.5 million debt by instead offering the IRS $842,000, which they understandably rejected.
I don't want to
Wesley
pay
then
shit.
tried arguing economic hardship.
I don't even
but the
benefit
court
from it.
Noted that too. Instead, dropping his tax bill to $9.5 million,
Just
which
stop
it
being a
seems he
citizen?
hasn't
True.
paid either. Avoiding a tax bill for 15 years might almost make him a genius. However, when Heidi Montag blew through $10 million, there was zero intelligence anywhere. Reality television was the source of her wealth, appearing in The Hills, Big Brother, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Outta Here. Although when these types of shows completely disappeared, Heidi instead began recording music, spending $2 million on her very first album.
How do you blow 10 mil? And 10 mil at that time is technically almost like 50 mil. How do you blow 10 mil? Bro, if I were to have an amount even close to that in my bank account, I'm investing in stocks, real estate. Like, why the fuck you investing in yourself and music? Like, music? You think you're gonna be big out here like a pop star? You know how hard it is to be actually like successful as like a music star? You have to have like hits after hits after hits. You gotta hire people to help you make music. Bro, this is insane. Now she spent $2 million making this album.
She'd state, I put every dollar I have into this. I've spent over $1 million, almost $2 million on this album. It's cost as much or more than a Britney Spears album because I wanted it to be that quality. The songs will make an impact in pop history. It sold only 1,000 copies. In case losing $2 million on a worthless album wasn't bad enough, 1,000 copies.
What is this
In
album
case
called?
losing $2 million...
Superficial? I'm about to search this shit up.
Miles Morales, baby. Heidi Montag. I with the old and with the new.
It was the end of the summer when we crossed paths. The DJ was spinning to the last dance. I showed you a kiss that they do in France. You treated me like coach when first class. Remember when I first turned 16? Said you were gonna lay me in the city of dreams. But you were never man enough, that's how it seems. You just held me down, made it harder to breathe. Your excuses.
Bro, the beat is louder than her. I could barely hear her. The beat is very... Oh, whoever mixed this shit, they did her dirty, bro. How's the beat louder than you? I can barely hear her. I can hear the booming, though. Yeah, the mixing is weird.
You couldn't give me time. Always got some distraction more important on your mind. Strikes me kind of funny the way.
This one got 38 million. Why? The beat is good. The beat, I like the beat. The beat is very nice. Did the beat go off? The beat sounds nice, but...
$1 million on a worthless album wasn't bad enough. She'd talk about her daily life by stating, every time we'd go out to eat, we'd order $4,000 bottles of wine. Heidi was going to the...
Bro. I keep saying this, bro. I could become a millionaire right now and I would still act like a broke New York motherfucker. Bro, tell me how yesterday I went into a bodega and I asked for a turkey and Swiss sandwich with a little bit of mayo on a roll. Motherfucker made my shit, put that shit, right? Yo, when I went up to the register to pay for that shit, motherfucker want to tell me $7.95. Yo, when they told me $7.95, the way I looked at the cook and I looked at like the cashier, I said, wait a minute, $7.95 for turkey and Swiss with a little mayo? I didn't even get lettuce, tomato, or salt, pepper. Come on, man.
Mall and dropping $20,000 to $30,000 a day. We thought we were Jay-Z and Beyonce. Heidi's outrageous spending was justified because we heard that the planet was going to end in 2010.
She got scammed by that one guy that was saying, hey, the world's ending in 2012. Yo, so she said, yo, I'm spending everything now if we gonna die in 2012 because of the meteorite. Yo, imagine finding out we not dying. You know what's crazy? That day in 2012, I remember it vividly because everybody was talking about it. Everybody on their cars had like written on it like the end of the world is happening. I still remember because I was working at Dunkin' Donuts at that time. When they said it was supposed to happen at 6 o'clock EST, I was working and I remember everybody was looking at their freaking watch.
Here we are,
5:59.
WB King.
Dude. Yo, Jaden, what's up, man? You said, didn't the movie release too? Yo. When the world didn't end, everybody just looked dumb.
12. We thought we have to spend this money before the asteroid hits, although the peak of her
Imagine working at
was
the end of the world.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was waiting, bro. Once it hit 6 o'clock, I was standing at the cashier looking at my clock like, and looking at the sky. I'm like, the second I see some big ass thing in the sky, I quit. Just straight up, I'm just gonna walk the fuck out, dude.
still yet to come. With the money running low, Heidi faked a divorce with her husband, who
Faked?
explained the split was designed to create fresh interest in his wife for a potential British TV project. Divorcing was the only way to keep Heidi's career going, although this failed to do anything. Heidi Montag had to lose every penny before finally learning her lesson.
We live too in the moment. People say live in the moment. Well, we did. You know, we didn't really think about our futures.
All of which could have easily been learned by researching Nicolas Cage. National Treasure had brought his net worth to $150 million, prompting him to spend
Unironically, I've never seen that movie. I don't even know if I used that word right, chat. I know I'm a little bit pepega. But I've never seen National Treasure. Everybody said that it was a good Nicolas Cage film. Is it good? Is it that good? I've never seen it. I've always wanted to watch it though.
$25 million on a waterfront primary residence, although Nick also felt the need to buy a holiday home. He'd therefore spend a further $15 million on a Rhode Island countryside mansion, also picking up an $8.5 million apartment for his weekends away in Las Vegas. But what about his weekends in the Bahamas? Well, for that he'd drop $3 million on his own private island, but this didn't do anything for his trips to Europe, for which he'd spend a further $12.3.
Why? This motherfucker really was just buying shit. He went to different parts of the world and was like, that building there, how much does it cost? Sir, that is 15 million. You know what? Put it in my tab. I'm gonna purchase this. Like, he really just
$1 million on 2 medieval castles, where he'd spend huge sums on enormous Gatsby-style parties. By 2007, Nicolas Cage had bought 15 different houses, where he'd keep his 26 different vehicles, including 4 yachts, 9 Rolls Royces, and a nearly $3 million vintage Bugatti. Although this wasn't as old as his $276,000 dinosaur skull, kept next to a bookshelf holding a $150,000 Superman comic. Throughout the houses lived a $150,000 pet octopus, an $80,000 two-headed snake, and a pair of albino king cobras that set him back $150 grand. To add a cherry on top of the cake, Nick purchased his own extravagant gravesite for a price of $40,000, finally concluding his crazy spending spree just months before the global financial crisis.
The real estate market crashed and I couldn't get out in time.
At around the same time, he began receiving fewer high-paying roles, and with 6 different loans on his Bel Air mansion, plus mortgages on every other property, Nicolas Cage was headed toward bankruptcy. By 2009, he owed a further $6.2 million in unpaid taxes, forcing him to sell almost everything, most of which at a loss. His $15 million Rhode Island mansion resold for $9.5 million, while his $276,000 dinosaur skull was taken by the government after they discovered it was originally stolen.
When the Mongolian government said,
oh, hell no, I would have been like, give me my money back. Hey man, we're the government. That skull is actually stolen. All right, well, I paid 285 grand for it, and I'm not giving this shit back until somebody gives me my money. This is my skull. Whoever stole it, you gotta look for the fucker that stole it. This shit is mine now. Hell no.
that they needed it back, I gave it to them, but I never got my money back.
Nick launched a $20 million lawsuit against his former manager, stating, Cage discovered that he is now forced to sell major assets and investments at a significant loss and is faced with huge tax liabilities, although his manager clapped back by claiming he advised Cage against buying a Gulfstream jet, against buying and owning a flotilla of yachts, against buying and owning a squadron of Rolls Royces, and against buying millions of dollars in jewelry and art.
Damn.
The lawsuit was eventually dismissed as ridiculous, forcing Nick to take on low-quality acting
The
roles purely
bees!
to avoid bankruptcy.
It may not have been blue chip, but it would still work.
When asked how much has money driven your work choices, Nick stated there are times when it's more of a factor than not, before adding, I had this pride thing where I wanted to work my way through anything, which Nicolas Cage has since done quite successfully, unlike Randy Quaid, who gave up Hollywood to chase conspiracy, bankruptcy, and all-round insanity. I'm back! By appearing in Independence Day, Brokeback Mountain, and every National Lampoon movie, Randy Quaid became a multi-millionaire.
I have earned approximately $40 million throughout my career.
However, despite winning a Golden Globe and being nominated for an Oscar, Randy's career came to a screeching halt halfway through 2009. Why? Well, it began after he and his wife were arrested for trying to use a fake card to pay a $10,000 hotel bill, after which both refused.
Damn. They had the vanilla cards with the numbers scratched out. They try to scam.
To appear in court. After the case eventually settled, Randy and his wife were once again arrested.
Bro, they smiling while they got cuffs on them?
This time for squatting inside a vacant house they'd previously owned. However, things only got weirder from here. Randy and his wife began to claim they were being chased by a group called Star Whackers who were trying to kill Hollywood celebrities.
How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years?
While also claiming the group was somehow controlling their finances.
If things keep going the way they are, and we don't do something about it to expose these people, my wife and I will be out on the street. And we'll have nothing to eat. Okay, that's how bad it is.
As a solution, Randy fled to Canada, where he'd begin to upload his conspiracies to YouTube.
A day of reckoning is nigh. Wake up!
After which he was arrested for a third time whilst trying to sneak back into America.
The Oscar-nominated actor and his wife in jail this morning after being arrested at the Canadian border in Vermont.
Exactly where Randy's $40 million went isn't entirely clear. However, Kelly Rutherford has been extremely open about how she spent her fortune on lawyers. After gaining international stardom for appearing in Gossip Girl, Kelly had 2 kids with a German man who wasn't a US citizen. The couple divorced in 2009 and began to argue about custody, with a judge ruling the kid should live with their father in Europe as he wasn't permitted to return to America.
Because he can't come into the US, the children have to be in now France.
Yes.
The situation was so strange and unique, Kelly spent every penny she had trying to regain custody.
It's cost you what, about $2.5 million already?
It's cost me everything I've ever made, my everything.
And as a result,
bro, you and this person could have just like solved that shit out, had like an actual conversation and just been like, yo, you know what? You hold the custody. Whenever I go to Europe or whatever, I'll go visit them and then I could spend time with them. Because now, like, bro, imagine spending millions doing like a whole back and forth in like a custody battle. That shit is just dumb. They should have just filed for joint custody. Bro, sometimes people, they have like this arrogance where they're just like, I want to win. I just want to win. And then I'm like, dude, you could have just, like literally what you said, joint custody or like do some type of visitation where it's like, okay, you know what? You have custody, but just make sure you take care of the children. If you need any money, blah, 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 let me know. I'm going to make sure that I'm there financially as well. That whole shit is just crazy. That just sounds like very unfortunate.
She filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy midway through the court case, having assets
midway through the court, she filed for bankruptcy. Wow.
Worth only $24,000 compared to liabilities totaling $2 million. On top of this, Kelly owed more than $350,000 in back taxes, $25,000 in Amex charges, and had a monthly income of just under $1,300. Although despite spending everything she'd ever earned, her efforts failed to impact the court's final choice.
Yikes.
Gossip Girl star Kelly Rutherford stunned and fighting back tears after losing a bitter custody battle today in New York Supreme Court.
Kelly's spending was out of complete necessity, whereas Johnny Depp spending $650 million was nothing but complete stupidity. In 2012, he was listed as the world's highest paid actor by the Guinness Book of Records, although despite earning $900 million over a 13-year period, he spent the money so poorly Conan O'Brien joked that he must have gotten financial advice from Nicolas Cage. Similar to Cage, Depp purchased 14 different properties, including his own Bahamian private island, multiple countryside mansions, and a 60...
Bro, it's like, if you're that rich, why would you need an island? I don't get it. What is so cool about owning an island? What am I gonna do with it? Oh man, I got my own island. It's like, what's the point? You said bro was almost a billionaire. True, but it's like, what's the point of buying an island? Like, I don't see any type of benefit. No one bothers you? But then what if you need help and you're there by yourself?
$1 million village in France, although it was Johnny Depp's day-to-day expenses that might have been even crazier. A 2017 lawsuit...
You said, why did Epstein buy an island? Because he was doing nasty shit over there. So what would you try to say? You try to say Johnny Depp was doing the same thing?
burning $2 million a month on $200,000 for a private jet, $150,000 on security for himself and his family, $300,000 on staff including 40 full-time employees, and $30,000 on wine, which was confirmed during his trial with Amber Heard. However, Johnny Depp's craziest purchase was when he spent $3 million on his friend Hunter S. Thompson's funeral by firing his ashes out of a rocket-like cannon. Just like Nicolas Cage, Johnny Depp tried to sue his management company TMG, although they'd respond with their own lawsuit stating, Depp chose time and again to ignore TMG and all of his other advisors. Depp truly has no one but himself to blame for his current financial and personal circumstances.
Yikes. I hate how this guy just abruptly ends videos. Like, he could have just hit me right now with a thanks for watching. If you want to see any other videos, hit that link right there on the left. Thank you guys and have a good one. Something! Don't just end the video! People can buy islands just like land. But it's like, bro, if you gotta swim to get there, it's kind of like, I don't get it.